Oh, good evening. Welcome to Sinj, Croatia, where the Bristol Flyers are back on the international stage in the European North Basketball League. The Flyers hit the road tonight for their third outing of the season in Europe. And after that heartbreaking 1-point loss to Dona Groningen in Bristol a couple of weeks ago, they'll be desperate to bounce back and get their campaign moving in the right direction. Standing in their way tonight, Alkar Sinj, making their European home debut right here in front of their passionate Croatian supporters. It is a huge night for the hosts, who'll be hoping to respond after a tough opening defeat away to the defending ENBL champions, CSO Voluntari. Flyers on the road in Europe once again. Alkar Sinj versus Bristol Flyers, and tip-off is right around the corner in the European North Basketball League. Well, a very warm welcome to you at home, wherever you are joining us from around the world. Thanks for tuning in. Joel Osborne here, and alongside me tonight, as always, is former Bristol Flyers captain Gareth Till. Gareth, great to have you with us. The Flyers, they come in 1-1 in Europe so far. Important for them to bounce back from that gut-wrenching defeat to Dona a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah, good evening, Joel. Yeah, great to be here. But yeah, absolutely looking for a bit of a bounce back. Played well. Heartbreaking loss in the end, out of bounds, played just unable to get that shot off. But Flyers in good form in the SLB domestic competition and looking to bounce back. But as you mentioned, Joel, I think it's going to be a hostile crowd out in Croatia. Their first taste of European action. It's going to be a tough place to go and get a win.
Yeah, you see the teams being introduced to the court right now. Big sold-out crowd in Sinj, Croatia. Over 600 fans in the building. Very passionate fan base, one of the most passionate fan bases in all of Croatian basketball. And as we say, this is a big night for Alkar Sinj, their first ever European home game. They are a team rich in history, dating back to the 50s when they were first formed as a club. You spoke about the passionate fan base. How much of an impact could that be in tonight's game?
Well, it's going to be a huge impact. We just see the fans there getting really into this game, and Bristol Flyers are going to have to kind of control the tempo. They're going to have to control the game, because you feel this fan base is looking at them quite lively, and they're going to take sort of any opportunity to get on the Flyers' back. So got to limit those turnovers, control the tempo, and give themselves a chance of winning.
Well, let's talk you through tonight's team news, starting with the visiting Bristol Flyers. They remain at full strength following the return of club captain Omar Cormack at the weekend against the Caledonia Gladiators. Man in form for the Flyers right now is Joe Anderson. He's coming in off a 26-point performance in the 2-point win up in Scotland on Friday night, whilst Will Yoakum is also averaging 20 points a game across his first 3 ENBL appearances. And Gareth, you've been really impressed by the Flyers backcourt since they've joined the club this season.
Yeah, and it's great to see Joe Anderson bouncing back. I didn't think he played particularly well at that home game against Groningen, but he put that right on the road at Caledonia Gladiators. Big performance for him, 26 points, got his range in there, making those big shots. So good to see him in great form. But, you know, generally, Joel, the Flyers have been really impressed with them. I'm just so impressed with their team basketball that they're playing. They're sharing the ball. Different players scoring, different opportunities, double digits, have 4 players in double digits. They're just playing some really good team basketball. It really is a pleasure to watch, and we're hoping that this team will go a long way in all competitions.
Well, let's talk you through the team news for Alkar Sinj tonight. Of course, big night for them. It's their first ever European home game, and the fans have come out in their numbers. Let's talk you through the team news then. They are led by head coach Damir Milicic. American point guard Jonathan Cisse was the one to watch coming into today's game for us, but however, he's not listed on the team sheet tonight, and that could be huge tonight for them, Gareth.
Yeah, I mean, he's been massive. I mean, really looking forward to watching him tonight. Cisse, 6'1" guard, really dynamic, went coast to coast, said averaging 21 points in all competitions, but doesn't look like he's in tonight's squad, so that'll bit of a rethink for Coach Kapoulis, and obviously that'll engage other players to step up, which can cause you a bit of a, when you're preparing for the game and you're sort of focusing on certain individuals, now you have to be a bit more wary about the other threats this team possess.
Of course, he was such a big influence in that game. They lost by 20 points in their opening ENBL game out in Romania, but a tough ask for them, really, going up against the defending ENBL champions in Voluntari.
Yeah, baptism of fire there, isn't it? Playing the champions straight off the bat there away as well. So they'll have learned a lot from that initial contest. You kind of feel that that is their toughest game they'll have, reigning champions away from home, so they'll feel that they've got every chance of winning this game. But yeah, interesting to see how they'll react with Cisse not in the team list tonight, in the squad.
There's confirmation of the Flyers starting 5, just one change from that 5 that started in Scotland on Friday night. Darnell Brodie drops to the bench. Owen McCormack back into the starting 5 for them. But just talking back to KK Alkar Sinj, Gareth, I mean, without Cisse, they are going to have to rely heavily on D'Antoni Gordon. He's been turning heads in his rookie season out of Southern Mississippi. He's coming into tonight's game off a 15-point performance in their ENBL opener in Voluntari last week, but much more load on his shoulders with the absence of Cisse.
Yeah, Gordon 6'8", that forward, lots of high energy, really aggressive. And as you mentioned, 15 points in ENBL competition, so he'll be looking to step up as well. And of course, his teammates, with the admission of Cisse, will be looking to get him the ball, so he's going to have to really have an high impact. We just mentioned only 2 kind of players from the US for this team, or only 1 tonight, so a lot of domestic players in this Croatian team. So we'll really get a good flavour of Croatian basketball tonight.
Well, here's a flavour of Croatian basketball for you. Big display from the home fans in Sinj in Croatia as both starting 5s get set to take the court. Of course, Alkar, they're currently 3rd in the Croatian Premier League. Record of 3 wins and 1 loss to their name. Their only domestic loss so far at the hands of Split on October 17th. They came up short 79-62 away from home. As for the Flyers, they're having a strong start to their SLB campaign, 4-1 in the British League. Their only defeat at the hands of Euro Cup side London Lions. Well, both teams all set, ready to go. It promises to be an exciting matchup between these 2 teams. And it's going to be Owen McCormack and D'Antoni Gordon who go up for the opening tip. Now the opening tip is won by the Flyers, and Joe Anderson will run this first possession for the visitors. Here's Holden, hands off with Joachim. McCormack comes up to set the screen. Anderson now top to Zach Anderson. Shot clock is at 6. McCormack, oh, nice dime. And Joe Anderson with the lefty finish. Great movement without the ball. Yeah,
really solid start. Joel mentioned about controlling the tempo, and that's exactly what they did. Really went through the set, ran it all the way through, and got that backdoor cut there, with Anderson getting that 2 points to get Flyers off the starting board there. So yeah, good start from them. But
Gordon at the other end responds with a mid-range 2, and we are tied at 2 points apiece. Here's Holden, top to Anderson. McCormack has it top of the 3-point line. Here's Anderson on the wing. Ball bobbles in and out. Joe Anderson chases down the rebound. Flies with a new 14 and it just slips out of his hands. And Bristol with the turnover. Nice pass inside, out to the corner. Here's Gordon, puts it on the floor. McCormack chases in the rebound. Here comes Joachim the other way. McCormack. Joachim. Top to McCormack, fires up a 3-ball. Bobbles in and out. Rebound is secured by Gordon.
Good patience by Flyers on that offense. Got a good look. McCormack unable to knock it down.
Karamarko top to Gordon. Gordon, corner 3-ball on the way. Kresic can't get it to go. Long rebound falls to Alkar. Karamarko. Guarded by Anderson. Karamarko to the basket. He can't get the drop. McCormack with the rebound, his second of the game. Joachim downhill. Strong finish, gets it to go. And that's one thing Will Joachim's done. Oh, Flyers have stolen it back. Anderson for 3, way off the mark. The Flyers with the high defense, they're able to force a stop.
Yeah, Cam Holden really alert there, the inbound pass, able to pick that one off. Wasn't able to convert the play.
Oh, it's blocked by Zach Anderson. Holden. Has it in the low post. Double team comes. Skip pass. Extra pass now to McCormack. He puts it on the floor. Great ball movement by the Flyers. Anderson downhill. Can't get the finish. It bobbles out of bounds. Last touch by the Flyers.
Yeah, it deserved a finish, didn't it? Good ball movement, making that extra pass. Anderson cutting to the basket. We just see there Anderson rejecting the ball. But again, good patience shown by the Bristol Flyers on offense. Got a look they wanted. Anderson able to get the floater to go. But really feel they're in control of their offense at the moment.
Bit of high pressure shown by the Flyers. Leading by 2 on the road. Couple minutes gone in this first quarter. Tomasovic. Karamarko now finds Gordon at the three-point line. Gordon going one-on-one with Anderson to the basket. Unable to get it to go. The ball just slips through Anderson's hands. And Flyers, another turnover. Careless pass, really, on the outlet.
Yeah, deserved better there. Really good defense from Anderson, forcing a difficult shot from Gordon, but then just passing out of bounds. These, you kind of feel they're just the slight things that Flyers can improve on. They played some good team basketball, but on occasion do throw the old careless pass.
Karamarko's 3. High off the glass, no good. Another rebound falls to Zach Anderson. Yoakum cutting back door. McCormack now top to Joe Anderson. Low scoring game so far here in Croatia. Anderson driving left, out to Joe Anderson for 3. Off the back iron, no good. There's Cam Holden on the follow. And Flyers with second chance opportunities.
And that's what Cam Holden gives you, that energy, that hustle, picking up that offensive board. You said points a little bit difficult to come by, and grabbing one off the board.
Well, it could have been a charge there. No call by the officials, and the basket is good.
Not sure if he was in the no charge zone perhaps there, why there was no call. Play on. The referees played on and they put it away for 2.
Well, foul called on the entry pass. You see Anthony Gordon. A lot of load on his shoulders tonight with the absence of Jonathan Cisse. Joe Anderson to inbound from the sideline. Holden. Top to Anderson. Screen comes from Brody, who's just checked in. Cam Holden thought about the 3. Back to Anderson. Here's Zach Anderson. Shot clock winding down. I think it's a shot clock violation in the end. And again, I don't think Flyers realise how long was left to put the ball up.
Yeah, really working that ball around in the offense. Able really to kind of get what they want, Joel. They're not really, you know, the defensive team, they're almost letting them pass the ball around the perimeter. But so far working. Flyers unable to knock down a 3 and 24 shot clock violation on that last offense.
Here comes a 3 ball on the wing, no good. Offensive rebound by Tomasovic, and he puts it in for 2. And we're tied up at 6 points apiece. Here's Brown going downhill. He can't get the layup off. Oh, nice pass and jammed in. Thrown down by Cisco. And the fans enjoyed that one, didn't they?
I was going to say, that's going to really get the fans going, especially to take the lead as well. Threw it up there. And he enjoyed that one, didn't he? Showed the guns after the dunk, after the alley-oop.
Alkar Sinj, their first lead of the game. Brody, the foul is called on the floor against Tomasovic.
And we spoke about it, Joel, didn't we? We didn't think that Sinj were the tallest of teams. And maybe, you know, especially Darnell Brody, able to maybe take advantage with his physicality down low. I think being physical is going to be key tonight in tonight's game.
Holden gets it into Brody. Here's Joe Anderson. Just past the midway point of this first quarter. Very low scoring first quarter as well. Holden backing down off the glass and in. And that's one thing Cam Holden can do with this Flyers team. He creates those mismatches, particularly in the low post area. Gordon. Top to Jarella. Back to Gordon. Gordon fires up from the elbow. Overcooks the mid-range 2. Brown with the rebound. Anderson into Holden. Double team comes. Cam Holden backing down. Once again, trying to get that shot off in the post. Chasing down the rebound, but ends up in the hands of Gordon. Alkar can push once again.
Yeah, really getting out on the break really well, Sinj. There's a few times now on that wing. They're getting rewarded for running the break, opening the floor up.
Ball knocked loose, but put in by Tomasevic, and he's now up to 6 points in this first quarter. Anderson. Brody rolling to the basket. Ball out to Zach Anderson. Brody with position inside, and Zach Anderson just a bit too much on that pass. Ends up throwing it out of bounds.
Brody got good position in the paint. As you said, Joel, just a bit too much on that one. Slipped through the fingers of Donnell Brody. And Sinj ball leading just by 2 points. 3 minutes 15 to go in the first quarter. The Flyers again looking to push up the defense to a full court. A bit of pressure on the backcourt that Sinj guards.
Girella. Guarded by Brown. Screen comes from Tomasevic. Let's end up throwing it out of play. Girella with the poor pass. And turnovers like that could be costly in a low-scoring game like we're seeing so far in this first quarter.
Yeah, it does feel more defensive type game at the moment, so every possession is going to count. Bucket's a little bit hard to come by for both teams.
Duglic gets it to go, takes the bump and finishes with the left hand off the glass.
Yes, straight impact. Duglic coming off the bench. And it's nice to see him. He just seems like he's gradually getting into his rhythm, finding his spot, his place on the team, how he can contribute. And he is a big weapon coming off the bench for Flyers. And I think there's more to come from him as well.
Zach Anderson grabs the rebound. Here's Duglic once again. Ball now with Zach Anderson driving baseline. What a pass out to Joachim. He drives baseline into a double team. Joachim nowhere to go. Looking to pass it back to... Oh, and Brown turns it over. Here comes Alkar the other way. The foul is called. The basket will not count on the follow. Kleppo with that lefty layup, able to get the steal, and he'll go to the line to shoot 2 shots.
Yeah, probably not a bad foul in the end as well, considering there's a tip jam there in afterwards. We'll have to go to the line now to make the 2.
Well, at the free throw line is Kleppo. He's a 6'2 guard, originally from Split. He began his pro career in 22 with his hometown club Split back when he was playing under 19s. Spent the last 5 years playing in Split before making that move over to Alkar over the summer. Able to knock down the first.
Been a fairly clean game as well, just 3 fouls total in the game in this first quarter so far.
Kleppo knocks down the second and gives Alkar a 2-point lead over the Flyers. Brown. Now Duglic. Delpesh into the game, fighting for position inside. Brown out to Duglic. Duglic with the crossover, ends up slipping on the deck. It's a 2-on-1 for Alkar. Here comes a 3-ball. No good, but able to recycle for a second chance. Oh, they just about keep it from an over and back. And Alkar will get a second chance opportunity.
Yeah, great hustle. Able to save that one in just the back of his, flicked out the back of his hand to save it from going in the backcourt. It's a lob.
They have to shoot it with the shot clock winding down. There was a bit of poor execution on the offensive play, but Flyers come away with the ball. Brown out to Joachim. 3-ball on the wing is no good. Here comes Alkar Sinj the other way.
Yeah, Flyers 0 for 4 now from behind the arc.
Kleppo to the basket. Able to tip it away from the rim is Owen McCormack. Here's Brown now to Delpesh. Delpesh sets the screen. Brown fires up a triple, gets it to go. And boy, did the Flyers need that. Their first 3 of the game, courtesy of Jonathan Brown. Here's Kleppo from the mid-range this time. Delpech grabs the rebound. It's about 9 seconds here between the shot clock and the game clock. McCormack out to Douglish. Here's Yoakum now. Shot clock at 10. Brown, another 3-ball. Oh my goodness, off the glass and in. And if you're hot, Gareth.
Yeah, it doesn't say that on the stat sheet, does it?
No.
It's just down as a 3.
3 points is 3 points. Final 5 seconds of the first then. Tomasevic to the basket. Can't get it to go. Douglish with the rebound, and that will do it for the end of the first quarter. Bristol Flyers on top, 16 points to 12. And Gareth, what a first quarter it's been between these two teams. Real back and forth affair, both teams feeling each other out. What have you made of those? Welcome back to Croatia, where the Bristol Flyers lead Alkar Sinj 16 points to 12 at the end of the first quarter. Here's a look at some of the key plays from those opening 10 minutes. And Gareth, what have you made of the start to this game? Very low scoring. The Flyers were able to get a couple of quick scores at the back end of the first quarter. How have you found it?
Yeah, I don't think both teams have found any particular rhythm. Just looking at the stats now, Joel, just 26% field goal for the hosts versus 46%. So yeah, just 5 of 19 going in attempts there. Nothing from behind the arc from Sinj. 2 of 6 from the Bristol Flyers. Flyers doing well on the boards, out rebounding, 11 rebounds to 10. But yeah, both teams not really finding their rhythm a little bit. You know, Jonathan Brown's kind of, you know, off the glass 3-pointer, just kind of the separation really. But Flyers just slightly ahead on the statistics, but yeah, you just feel the home team haven't quite found the rhythm. Got to give credit to the Bristol Flyers defence for getting them out of that rhythm, but you feel that they'll grow into this game.
Well, we are all set and ready to get back underway for the start of the second quarter. Kleppo. Kleppo once again guarded by McCormack. Spins in the lane, kicks it out. Here's a 3-ball from Matalina. Gets it to go. And that is Alkar Sinj's first triple of the game in the first possession of the second. Brown. McCormack hands back to Brown. Here comes another 3-ball. Another 3-ball drops and the foul. And Jonathan Brown, he netted a couple of back-to-back threes at the back end of the first period, but now will go to the line for a 4-point play. Gets it to go and the foul.
Yeah, leading all scorers. JB, 9 points. He scheduled this free throw to make it 10, but what an impact off the bench, particularly when points are hard to come by. Just offering that impact, all buckets coming from the 3-point line as well.
And it's all you have to do really is see one of them go through. It gives you the confidence, doesn't it, to see more threes go through. Oh, it's a quick outlet. Oh, it's blocked by Yoakum. Pins it off the backboard.
That is incredible athleticism from Yoakum.
Oh, it's blocked at the other end. Delpech gets blocked as well. Here comes D'Antoni Gordon. Extra pass. Corner 3-ball on the way. Kleppo can't get it to go. Rebound Holden. And all of a sudden, this game has just picked up in intensity as another block. And it goes off the hands of Delpech as well. So it will go back to Alkar Sinj.
Yeah, just came off his head there. You see the referee indicating off his head. Right call there. But yeah, Joe, it just kind of feels like the shackles have been taken off in this second quarter and both teams are going toe-to-toe down the floor now.
We were literally just talking about as well how both teams were unable to really get anything going on the offensive end. And then all of a sudden, this game has just been injected with some energy.
But the fast break, something the Bristol Flyers will need to be wary of. Sinj are getting out on the break, pushing the ball. They've had a couple of baskets, getting out on the break, and Flyers not get back in transition.
Ball down low. The hook shot is no good. Here comes Holden now the other way. Ball into Brodie. Out to McCormack. Couldn't quite grab hold of it, but Joachim able to save it. Joachim going back door. Last touch by Alkar Sinj. It was knocked out of play. And it'll be a Bristol Flyers ball from the sideline. Just see Matalina's hand there, knocking it loose.
And then we see again Will Joachim, his off the ball movement is so good. You know, ball goes into the post, defender turns the head, just goes sprints to the basket, and his players normally find him. But yeah, great hands there from the defender to knock that one loose.
Joachim on the wing for three, overcooks the triple. Brodie recycles for a new 14. Here's McCormack now from downtown. He knew that one was off. Chases down the miss. McCormack picks up his dribble, back out to Anderson. McCormack guarded by Gordon, beautiful. Turnaround hook shot, knocks it down. Yeah,
beautiful play from McCormack. You've seen it taking those perimeter shots, but just show what he can do. Really good footwork in the post.
A blocking foul called on Joachim. See it here on the replay, just moving his feet there as well.
Yeah, good call from the referee. Sedgell just moving back there when the contact came into him, wasn't holding his ground. Straightforward call for the referee on Joachim.
Here's Kresic. Jukic fires up a triple, gets it to go. The three-pointer is good. And Alkar Sinj just chipping away at that Bristol Flyers lead.
That's a couple of three-pointers now. So he didn't make any in that first quarter, but now 2 of 7. So beginning to find their feet. Bit of a rhythm now from behind the arc, which of course will open a bit more room up inside.
Anderson gets it into Brodie, takes it back. Brodie, top of the three-point line. Now out to McCormack. Waves Joachim through. Holden has it down low. Likes this matchup. Double team comes. Holden kicks out to McCormack. Here comes another three. Ball bobbles in and out. There's Holden on the offensive rebound. He can't get it to go, but able to draw the foul.
I think that's a foul on Holden, isn't it? Just didn't quite see the call there, but Holden getting his own rebounds. Yeah, big bump there. Maybe he didn't get that one, or maybe he did.
We'll send Holden to the line to shoot two. And obviously Cam Holden had that near triple-double out in Austria in the game against the Kaffenberg Bulls, and was able to get that triple-double the week later when they travelled down to Surrey to play the 89ers. And he's a guy that can really do it all out there. Has the ability to impact the game in many different ways. Goes 0 for 2 from the line, but there's Brodie on the follow. He misses the layup. Holden with the steal. Brodie once again has it, finds Holden inside. Another opportunity missed by the Flyers. And 3 chances there, Gareth, for Flyers to put it away, and they come up with nothing.
Oh, I can't believe they didn't get one of those. Great hustle to get those offensive boards, but not get rewarded for it. I think there's a lid over the basket there as well, but a travel called, but unbelievable series of events. Offensive, you just felt one of them had to put it in.
It felt like someone had put some cling film over the top of the hoop there for a minute as DeAnthony Gordon gets called for the travel. See it here on the replay, just moving his feet before that ball goes down. An easy call for the officials to make in the end. Here's Zach Anderson. Joachim. Brodie. Looking for Joachim inside. Brodie turns it over. Stolen away.
Wow, a couple of bad passes there, really. Brodie getting picked off, and then Sinj with a clear basket scoring opportunity.
You feel the game as it was picked up with energy at the start of the second quarter, and now almost see a bit of careless mistakes really coming into play. Joe Anderson looking to slow things down here for the Flyers.
Sinj with 5 turnovers, Flyers with 6 so far in this game.
And we're shifting into a little bit of a zone defense here as well. Anderson for 3, knocks it down. And Joe Anderson, he went 5 for 7 on Friday night from downtown. Able to knock it down from 3 there as well. Sinj no good at the other end, Flyers with the stop. Here's Anderson, finds Holden. Holden kicks out to Zach Anderson. Here comes another triple for the Flyers. This time is no good, but Holden able to tip it out to Joe Anderson.
And there's that hustle again from Holden, just recycling that extra effort, that energy. Able to give Flyers another opportunity on the offensive end.
Holden, top to Zach Anderson. Oh, it's blocked as the shot clock expired. And Coach Kapulas can't be happy with that offense. You see him just willing his team on a bit here. Oh, nice pass inside. Great move. And it's finished in the end by Jukic.
Yeah, nice intricate play there. Jukic getting to the basket. So they tend to favour that mid-range and the three-point as well as getting on the fast break. But that time, good play off the ball from him.
Anderson with another 3. Brody fights for the rebound. He can't get the finish inside. Does draw the foul, though. And a couple of times, there's been a lot of bodies in there. And I think Brody will be quite happy to head to the free throw line here to shoot 2.
Yeah, very physical in there, but credit to the referees, they've kind of called it evenly, but yeah, just feel there's a bit of contact in there. Brody getting the call on the floor, so we baseline ball.
Anderson to put it in, finds Zach Anderson, can't get it, they're going again, Flyers missed the shot. It will be a foul though, so Anderson will head to the line to shoot 2.
Unbelievable, I just can't believe. God, good look at the basket, but just, yeah, almost bouncing off the backboard there.
Well, timeout's been called on the floor. Flyers on top by 4 over Alkar Sinj. Well, Gareth, this game's been back and forth between these two teams. It's a 4-point game here in Croatia. And Flyers, well, timeout's been called on the floor. From a Bristol point of view, I suppose it's a bit of lapses in concentration at times out there. Just missing some easy chippies around the basket.
Yeah, sometimes there's just no reason towards it. We get some really good looks and kind of buckets that you'd think would be kind of fairly straightforward, just not going in. And sometimes it happens like that, just getting used to the rims and the court. But they're creating good opportunities. I kind of feel that they're certainly on top of the game in terms of getting better looks. Now it's just putting the ball in the basket, which they are very good at. But just at the moment, just almost a bit of a stoppage, just putting the ball in the basket. But creating them opportunities are great at the moment.
Quick rundown of the leading scorers. Jonathan Brown leads the way, 9 points so far off the bench. He leads all scorers in this game. And Alkar Sinj are led by 6 points from Mladen Tomasevic and 5 points from Mirko Jukic in this game. There's been nothing really to separate the two teams. Alkar Sinj have led by as many as 2. Flyers have led by as many as 6. And Zach Anderson can't get the first free throw to go. Flyers 0 for 4 from the free throw line so far in this one. That's their first made free throw, now 1 for 5. And Flyers lead by 5. Almost stolen away by Anderson. Jarella does well to save it. Nice pass inside. Extra pass to Gordon, who throws it down with 2 hands.
Yeah, great play. Gordon coming in off the wing. Throws it down. And again, that'll give the hometown crowd a bit of a lift. Trailing the Flyers. That's a good energy play from Gordon.
Anderson, corner 3 ball. Anderson knocks it down. And he's a guy who needs no invitation to shoot from 3 when given that much space. Cisco. Girella. Jukic. Now gets it inside. Nice move. Can't get the finish, but a foul is called. And Tomasevic, he would have put it on the floor and get the contact from Darnell Brodie. You see it there. Takes the bump just in time. And Tomasevic will head to the line to shoot 2.
Yeah, good foot speed from Tomasevic, getting to the basket. Brodie with the bump. And McCormack checking in for Brodie.
Well, Mladen Tomasevic at the line. Had 9 points in the loss to CSO Voluntari last week. Now his 7th season with Alkar Sinj. So a real fan favourite with the faithful home fans. He's averaging 7 points, 4 rebounds a game in the Croatian top flight so far this season. Able to cut it down to a 4-point game with under 4 minutes to go till half-time. Anderson takes a screen from McCormack. Nice pass inside to Holden, who gets fouled by Gordon on the entry pass. And that'll be a first personal foul on Gordon. And with Alkar Sinj now in the penalty, it'll send Cam Holden to the line to shoot 2. Again, Flyers unable to convert. Now 1 for 6 as a team from the free throw line. Knocks down on the second. Girella. Tomasevic, nice pass inside to Gordon. Off the glass and in. Tomasevic with the assist.
Well executed play by Sinj. That pick and roll. Gordon coming in off the wing, getting established in the post.
McCormack finds Brown. Holden calls for it inside. Double team comes. Now back out to Brown. Holden has it at the baseline this time. Looking again to back down. Hook shot is good. And Cam Holden having his way out there.
He's fancying his post game tonight. Cam Holden through the shot fake, able to dribble in, post his player up, and with that hook, gets another score for the Bristol Flyers.
And he picks up a foul there at the other end for Holden. 7 points, 4 rebounds for him so far in this game. He just got his hand caught in the cookie jar there.
Yeah, big slap on the forearm off the spin move.
Well, they will send Karamarko, oh no, sorry, beg your pardon, Cisco to the line to shoot 2. He's able to knock down the first. He's averaging 7 points, 5 rebounds a game so far this season in Croatia in their top flight. Able to knock down the second as well. Cuts it down to a 3-point game. Brown. Holden. Straight line drive. Cam Holden off the glass and in. And Cam Holden's really taken over for the Flyers on these last couple of possessions.
The classic Cam Holden move, shot fake, big long strides.
Oh, nice move downhill. No help side defense by the Flyers, and Borna Girella gets it to go with the left hand.
Holden on 7 points personal now.
Anderson puts it on the floor. It's going to be a travel. We've seen that a few times, especially in the game against Donna Groningen at home last week. Just not putting that ball down before lifting that back pivot foot. So crucial in those last few possessions. It really killed all momentum for either team in that game at times.
Yeah, both teams being called for the travel.
Girella gets it inside. Here comes a lefty drive. Gordon on the follow, can't get it to go. Another offensive rebound by Tomasevic, and Owen McCormack just about saves it.
And Sinj having issues putting the ball in the basket off the offensive boards as well.
Here's Joe Anderson. Finds Holden. Holden with a 3-ball. No good that time. Holden went 3 for 3 in that game in Caledonia on Friday from downtown. Here's Jukic. Just over a minute to go now in this first half. Tomasevic backing down inside, just bullying his way to the basket. Finishes with the left hand, able to cut it down to a 1-point game with just over a minute to go till half-time.
And Tomasevic leading scorers for Sinj. Just said Joel, just bullying Cam Holden right to the basket. Getting that like 8 points for him, 3 assists as well. So he's having himself a ball game tonight.
Oh, the home fans making some noise here in Sinj, Croatia. Big crowd in the house tonight, over 600 fans in the building. And boy, are they making themselves known here in Croatia. Of course, timeout called on the floor, and if you're Coach Kapoulas, your side leading by 1, just over a minute to go till half-time. What is it you're saying to your team during this break in play here, Gareth?
Well, just concentration, just try and maintain that lead going into the first half. They are getting their way down low. They are being quite physical. Sinj at the moment, so they're going to have to match that physicality, I would say, on the defensive end, and just try and maintain that composure. It's an important minute. They can give that emphasis going into that halftime break, being in a positive.
An important stretch coming up here for both of these teams. Which team will take the lead going into the locker rooms at the half? 1 minute 11 to go.
Sinj actually winning this quarter, 20 points to 17. As it came out sort of all guns blazing in the second quarter, really sort of fast break, and then it's just sort of calmed down a bit again, a bit more of a defensive mindset, but either team having kind of issues in and around the basket.
Anderson to put it in. Gets it into Holden.
And Sinj looking to put a bit of full court pressure on themselves, just try and slow the Flyers down as this second quarter time ebbs away.
Anderson finds Zach Anderson. Hands off with Jonathan Brown. Shot clock down to 6 here. Ball to Anderson. Here comes another 3-ball. Overcooks it from downtown. Rebound secured by Jukic. Jarella finds Gordon. Again, Tomasevic backing down, this time on McCormack. Nice pass, extra pass to Gordon, fakes it with the reverse layup. And Alkar Sinj on top by 1 with a final possession to go here in the first half. There's about a 5-second differential between the shot clock and the game clock. Anderson looking inside for Holden, back out to McCormack. McCormack for 3. He was wide open, Owen McCormack, but the offensive rebound is secured. Here's Anderson for 3 is short. Brown on the follow, can't get it to go. And Flyers with a couple of good opportunities at the back end of the first half. But it is Alkar Sinj with a 1-point lead as both teams go into the locker room at half-time. Well, plenty for Coach Kapoulas and his side to talk through in the locker rooms at half-time. Gareth and I are going to take a short break, and we'll be back with you in just over 10 minutes' time.
big into your aesthetics tonight, Grant.
I'm liking colours, And the ball's off and running, and it's a Flyers offence to start the game. The ball is in Anderson's hand, and he hands it off to Joe Anderson. Cuts all the way to the basket. Easy layup for the Bristol Flyers. Trying to find Kevin Anderson. They double team him, kicks it out. Shot clock ticking down. And he gets the mid-range floater to go. Joe Anderson finds Darnell Brodie. This is going to be a matchup. He gets out to Cam Holden. He pulls up for three. Gets it to go early.
Out there early, he's going to be even trickier to guard.
Kevin Allen drives on Brodie. Brodie probably had to put a bit more effort into there, but the ball's off and running end to end so far. Holden back to Anderson. The screen comes from Brodie. He rolls. He gets all the way to the basket. Puts it away. Good cut and drive from the Flyers. And it's Zach Anderson with the rebound. Will Yoakum. Holden again, open for three. He's going to take that shot. And he goes 2 from 2.
Give him the space at three-point line, but he's not.
Holland all the way to the basket. Gets his own rebound, passes it out. Kevin Allen from just inside the three-point line. You're saying about showing new things every week, and he's almost stepping back. Holden round the screen to Brodie, through the legs to Anderson. And that splashes home. Steals that cookie from the cookie jar, but he now pulls up for three himself. Doesn't go, battle for rebound. Volleyball set back by Spielman. Flyers looking to move the ball. Round the screen. Zach Anderson now for three. And it drops. Ball stripped by Anderson on Spielman. Yoakum to the basket with pace. Blocked by Ethan Wright. And he's now off and running. End-to-end stuff. Brodie. And one, Ethan Wright. That looked a bit of a lazy play there.
It did, but it was just getting up and down the floor, and I think just some poor option choices.
Bounces around. Who's getting it? It's Cam Holden. But Ethan Wright now off and running. Zach Anderson on them. It looked like he tried to foul him, but Ethan Wright's too quick. And Gladiators getting it inbound. We're just under 4 minutes remaining of this opening quarter. Holland now. There's a steal from Joe Anderson. Look at the pace. And he accelerates down for the easy layup. Both teams up to 3 steals early on. Kevin Allen rotates to the basket, spins into the middle. Ball's up. He's fouled by Delpeche. He'll go to line for 2. Quick ball movement round to get the slight mismatch. Looking, Landolfi in the corner, blocked by Malcolm. His length and defense. Holland now, is he going all the way to the basket? Takes off early. Fouled. And one. Rhian Holland flying to the hoop. Holland showing the muscles on as he accelerates to the basket. But look at this, Rona. Look at the pace. Goes early, knowing Delpeche is going to come across. But he stumbles. He picks up the ball. He finds Ragsdale, though. He crosses over, gets to the basket, and one.
And you just feel the role at the moment is with the Gladiators, Grant, don't you? Flyers at the moment scoreless in this past sort of 3.5 minutes, like you highlighted. You can hear the talking out there about those picks that the Gladiators are sending.
Spielman takes his time, tries to get to the basket, and Zach Anderson.
The old favourite, using your other arm to protect the ball.
Got 2 arms, use them. Look at Anderson all the way to the basket once again, bobbles round.
And I think that just shows that passage of play there. It's pushed Holden on to 3, but probably more importantly, Allen onto his 4th.
We're going to see a lot, maybe the ball going into Brodie, and he's going to dunk it home. And the ball's in the hand of Rhian Holland. He now steps back for 3. That drops for Rhian Holland. He will be the one continuing to lead the scoring for the Gladiators. Darnell Brodie dunking it home. Ragsdale normally going up. Spielman open, looking for the catch shoot. He now gets to the heart of the Flyers. And one. Exploding after rush defense collapsed out to him and was able to get to the basket. The Gladiators going into a zone. And that leaves Joe Anderson open. The zone goes to sleep as they were slow to switch out. Williams spins using both hands, dances inside, looks for a pass. Spielman for 3, gets it to go. But well, the Flyers, look at that, quickly getting back on offense, and the ball's in Jonathan Brown's hands.
Good ball movement down there by the Gladiators. Spielman showing his versatility, going for the three that time.
Brown round his feet, he explodes to the basket. Ragsdale now puts up the three. And I think that's the way the Gladiators are going to go off Coach Bunyan.
He's a player you don't want to keep that step off because you know he is so dangerous from out there.
Ragsdale averages 15 points this season. Brody trying to put the ball through his legs again. Wright spins, Anderson gets to the basket, and an easy layup for Ethan Wright. Turnover on the floor, and it's Ethan Wright down to the races.
Now we had one of those passes earlier in the game when the Flyers were rolling, and you can see like...
Back to Holland, Gladiators slowing it down a little bit now, looking to get a strong offense. Malcolm to Spielman, clock ticking, he pulls up, does he? Difficult shot, under pressure. Right downhill. Malcolm cornered, puts it, doesn't take the shot. And it's Holland stepping in for the mid-range. Blocked. Can the ball get up? Blocked again. Double blocked from Zach Anderson. And we've got Owen McCormick, Cam Holden, and Will Yoakum checks in. Spielman and Williams sit for Carr and Fag Bentley.
But down the other end, Bristol is holding us for it. You know, they are finding answers too.
McCormick, extra pass to Brown. He's going to the centre of the key, explodes up. Met the basket by Fag Bentley. Delpeche with the disrespectful foul called. Holland, clock ticking down, round the screen from Carr. He's got space to the basket, but he finds Ragsdale. Steps, bounce, shoot. Barry drops.
Foot has accidentally come down, or he has put his foot down on
Quick
the ball.
shot from McCormick, doesn't get it to go. But look at the experience from the Flyers, keeping it alive. McCormick for three. That drops, that's experience there from Holden and McCormick. Looks for space, gets the ball moving again. Switches the defense, extra pass to Delpeche. Blocked by Williams. Ethan Wright gathers the ball. 3-on-2, gets to the basket, does it? Oh, double screen comes, Holland. Finds Fag Bentley, open three, passes it up though. Ragsdale looks to drive inside. Holland forcing the three now. Fag Bentley gathers the ball. Ragsdale, jump shot, gets it to go. They find mishap. Fadeaway jumper for, wow, Kevin Allen moving his feet. The fadeaway jumper over Darnell Brody. Ragsdale, can he? Spins towards the middle, ties the game up. Ryan Holland with the hustle play. Ragsdale, 5 minutes on the clock. We're tied at 81 apiece. Yoakum feeds Brody. Hands from someone. Spielman, but it's Brody with the tough make and one.
And he went to work there, and it silenced the cheers of
Absolutely.
the chant of defence that was ringing around Play Sport here.
Brody out to Anderson, back to Joe Anderson, big three, and it drops. Joe Anderson is feeling it.
His Flyers ticking over out there, and he's contributing all over the floor, isn't he? He's also...
Holland round the screen, he's looking for help with the floater. Ryan Holland may be on a losing effort, but what a tremendous performance. One of his best games since joining the Gladiators in the SLB. Holden now for three. And it drops! Cam Holden. The lead out to 8. And it's almost panic stations for the Gladiators. Spin move from Ethan Wright. What a move from Ethan Wright. Cuts the lead down again. Final minute on the clock. It looks like the Flyers are going to have it. Double team comes, but Darnell Brody decides to pass it straight to Ethan Wright, who goes downhill, especially off an Ethan Wright free throws. Brody checking out. Quick sub back. He makes the first. Missed shot off since Cam Holden scored that three. Can Ethan Wright bring this closer together? Gets his rebound up, he goes to the basket. Is that a three-point play? Tempting him into the three-point shot, Spielman. Turnover there, can the Gladiators do something now? Blocked to the hoop. Wow, Yoakum with the block. Wow. Corner. Ethan Wright to the basket. Ice this game. Makes the first, puts it to 4. The Gladiators need a score and a stop. Round the stagger. Ethan Wright. Ragsdale takes the bounce, pulls up 3. Banks it in. 1 point ball game. Timeout called by Coach Kapoulis before the ball was inbounded. Rona, what do we say about this game? Ragsdale using about 3 seconds on the clock. Yoakum 3 from 4 from the 3-4 line tonight. He's 50% for the season. Makes the first, extends the lead to 2. Yoakum, can he ice this game? Making a tough shot. He misses. Gladiators, clock ticking down, half-court heave. And it almost goes for the win, but it doesn't go. What a game at PlaySport tonight.
The Thatcher's Farm. Slightly obsessed perfectionists making cider with nothing but love. As you do. I mean, why grow 8 varieties of apple when you can grow 458? The Apple Spa. Because happy apples make better cider, obviously. Here comes the man himself, Martin Thatcher. Friday, 12:30, tasting time. It needs to hit the spot or not a drop will leave the farm. Yes! And that's why Thatcher's cider tastes the way it does. Perfect.
Super League basketball is leveling up British youths. This isn't just a league, it's a movement you can feel and see in the stands. From the first tip to the final buzzer, the story is written. Every drive, every shot, and every moment. Rivalries run deeper, games hit harder. One pass, one dunk, everything can shift. Legacies aren't given here, they're earned. New stories are ready, and new champions are coming. Season 2 is here. Stand tall for British basketball.
Welcome back to Sinj in Croatia, where a couple of Flyers fans have made the long trip out there for midweek hoops in the European North Basketball League. At the half, it is Alkar Sinj leading the Bristol Flyers 34 points to 33. I'm joined by former Bristol Flyers captain Gareth Till. And Gareth, we spoke about this off-air at the half, but when you look at some of the numbers at half-time, they're not looking particularly good in Flyers' favour. Lots of lapses of concentration out there.
Yeah, just looking at the field goal percentage, both teams really struggling. 38% for the host, Sinj, and 37% for the Flyers. But a lot of kind of opportunities in around the basket and able to get them to drop. But you notice Sinj really kind of, I felt, made some adjustments offensively in the latter part of that first half, getting the ball inside and leading the Flyers sort of points in the paint, kind of winning that battle. So getting a lot of success going inside.
Well, we are underway for the start of the second half. Here's Holden. Joe Anderson. Screen comes from McCormack. Anderson skip pass. Zach Anderson for 3. Knocks it down. And the perfect start really for Bristol Flyers as they retake the lead on the opening possession of the third.
Yeah, let's hope Flyers get a little bit more kind of ball going in the hoop on this end, but that's a good start from Anderson coming off the break, knocking that 3 down to get things started in the third.
Girella able to pick up the foul on McCormack. There's McCormack, just the first personal foul for him. Three-pointer is good, and now Sinj responding at the other end. They retake the lead themselves.
Yeah, the defender, or the attacker, really, the guard, creating that space there. Both Flyers defenders coming in, helping, and create that space on the wing. Got the fortunate roll as well, and threes to start us off from both teams.
Zach Anderson finds McCormack. How about another one? Ball bobbles in and out as the shot clock expires. And the rebound secured by Gordon. 5th rebound of the game now for Gordon. Nice move to the basket. Gordon soaring for the offensive rebound, but it ends in the hands of Anderson. Here's Joe Anderson. Holden fighting for position inside. Holden turn around, going baseline. Tips it in on the follow. And Cam Holden, relentless on the offensive glass.
That just reminds me when he played for Cheshire last year, coming down to Bristol, Joel. Just that effort on both ends of the floor, really getting things done. Just a real winner out there. Just needs to gets done what needs to be done. The hustle, the play, offensively, defensively, he does do it all.
Oh, it's blocked by Zach Anderson, who just sends that layup straight out of bounds. Have a look at it here on the replay. Anderson, long arms, knocks it out of play. 3-pointer on the way is short. Another rebound falls to Cam Holden. 8th rebound of the game now for him.
Let's go along with his 11 points.
Baseline drive by Joachim. Nowhere to go. Picks up his dribble. Skips it out to Joe Anderson. Anderson, nice pass inside to McCormack. Can't get it to go, but a foul is called. And Owen McCormack will earn a trip to the free throw line.
Yeah, lovely pass from Joe Anderson. Both defenders had their heads turned, able to find McCormack underneath the basket. Got the foul. And he goes to the line, trying to improve the fortunes of the Flyers on the free throw line.
Well, Owen McCormack was back in the rotation this past week. He missed the previous couple of games before that Caledonia game on Friday with an ankle injury. Knocks down the second. Puts Bristol on top by 3. Gordon. Jarilla. Nice pass inside to Kresic. Talina. Shot clock winding down. Have to get it up here. It's a wild shot from 3. Anderson chases down the miss. Anderson, Joachim. Joachim looking back inside for Anderson. Oh, it's blocked by Gordon. Good hands on the defensive end as Alkar Sinj stopped the 2 points in transition.
Yeah, 2 good defensive stops, either team.
Oh, nice move. It's jammed in. Cisco with the two-handed flush. Just sold that pass as well, a baseline drive. And Cisco, you are cleared for takeoff.
Yeah, Cam Holden just got stranded there, didn't he? I think he was anticipating the pass. Quick step. That lane was wide open for the jam.
Holden. Inside to Brody at the 3-point line. Anderson, back to Joe Anderson. Shot clock down to 6. Zach Anderson for 3, knocks it down. A couple of back-to-back threes by Anderson. Now up to 10 points in this game. Here's another 3 from Kresic in response. He knocks it down. It's turned into a bit of a shootout here in this 3rd period. Holden, downhill. Offensive foul is called. And we'll go back to Alkar Sinj. You see it here on the replay. It's the moving screen by Darnell Brody. Approaching the midway point now this 3rd quarter. It is a 1-point game in favour of the Bristol Flyers. Gordon, downhill, off the glass and in. Beautiful finish through contact. Here's Brody. Inside to Holden.
JB for three.
Can't get it to go. Chased down by Joe Anderson. New 14 for the Flyers. JB inside to Brody. Brody, oh, nice pass. Brody over the top of his head to Zach Anderson. We've seen that over the last few games. Brody getting really creative with some of his passes out of the post. Oh, it's stolen away by the Flyers.
Yeah, I think they look really good when they come off, Job. We have seen a few that have been a little bit loose over the course of the season, but it is good to see it when they do come off. Those little behind-the-back passes and over the head.
Hold it. Downhill. Can't get it to go. Rebound secured by Jarella. Cisco kicks it out. Here comes the mid-range two. No good. Another rebound falls to Zach Anderson, his 5th of the game. Brown. Screen comes from Brody. JB driving left. Kicks it out to Joe Anderson. Shot clock down to 5. Anderson, deep 3-ball on the way. Count it, and the foul. And Joe Anderson will go to the line for a 4-point play.
Coach is furious there. What a play, though, from Anderson. That's what we want to see with the contact as well. Just stepping into the cylinder, gets it to go. And Anderson will go to the line to make it for a 4-point play.
I've seen that called multiple times in recent modern basketball. The players, you've got to give the shooter landing space there, really, and it might not look like contact before the shot was released, but ultimately on the landing is where the contact was made.
That's right, Joel, especially when you're shooting, you don't want to step on someone's foot as well. That's how you kind of tend to roll ankles, so you have to protect that landing space.
Nice pass inside, Jarella gets it to go. And Alkar Sinj knocking on the door with 4 minutes to go in the third. Joe Anderson has it stolen away. Alkar, stolen back by the Flyers. It's a 4-on-2. Anderson picks up his dribble. And Brown looking to slow things down here for Bristol. Joe Anderson, Brown, extra pass to Zach Anderson. Holden thought about the 3. Back to Zach Anderson. Here comes the triple. And once again, Bristol Flyers sharing the love on offense, and it results in an Anderson 3.
I mean, it's never a bad offense. Pass the ball around the perimeter, get Anderson an open look. It's never a bad shout.
Mid-range 2 at the other end, no good, but an offensive rebound is secured by Cisco. Jarella splits the defense. Brody gets called for the foul. Anderson takes a seat. So does Darnell Brody.
Still up in the quarter, 18 points to 12.
I feel like they've really been able to get some good looks out there, particularly from the perimeter in this third quarter, to create that little bit of separation that we've seen here. Matalina. Shot clock down to 7. Gordon, extra pass. Kleppo for 3. Brown with the rebound.
Zach Anderson on 15 points for the game. Cam Holden 11 for the Flyers.
Here is Holden now. Double team comes. Anderson, another 3-ball on the way. And Zach Anderson has taken over this third quarter. Now up to 21 points for him. He is 6 for 9 from downtown. Oh, nice pass inside. And Gordon with the finish. Now for Sinj staying within touching distance here. Zach Anderson, they've left him open again. The ball bobbles in and out this time. Heat check for Anderson. Free ball on the way. Can't Get it to go. It's a wild shot in the end. Rebound falls to Anderson, his 6th of the game. Holden out to Anderson. Back inside to Holden. He's got loads of space in there. Good ball movement from the Flyers. Triple bobbles over the top of the backboard, hit the shot clock, so that will be out of bounds. Now Sinj, just to be careful here. Left a few shooters open on the last couple of possessions. Still in touching distance here, but with a minute and a half to go until the start of the 4th. So they want to be as close as they possibly can going into that final period. Oh my goodness, count it, and one. Cisco with the two-handed finish and the foul, and he'll go to the line for a bonus.
Stunning move there from Cisco, really quick. Just, I'm not sure where McCormack just sort of moved out of his way, gave him the lane, took off, far out. And one. Brings it to 4. 1 on the line as well.
9 points in this game for Fabian Cisco. Chance for him to get up to 10. And he does so with the bonus free throw. Three-point game. Minute and a half to go. Or just under a minute and a half to go in the 3rd. Brown. Top to Marcus Delpesh. Here's Duglich on the baseline, back top to JB. Shot clock at 3, JB to the hoop, scoops it up and in. Over the outstretched arms of the defender, off the glass and in.
Another great play from JB, bringing that energy, that quickness off the bench. That's a tough finish.
Here's Cisco. It's gone by Duglich now. 5 on the shot clock. Cisco pulls up for 3. No good that time. Delpesh with the rebound. Here's JB. High screen comes from Delpesh. Brown spins the other way. McCormack has it. Backing down. Puts it on the floor. Overcooks the layup off the glass. Cisco gets it back to Matalina. Will hold it for this final possession of the 3rd. Matalina double team comes. Skip pass. Cisco has to shoot. I think Delpesh got a piece on it. And that will do it for a brilliant 3rd quarter by the Bristol Flyers. They've outscored their opponents 23-17 and have a 5-point lead going into the 4th and final quarter. Welcome back to the arena in Croatia, where Alkar Sinj find themselves trailing the Bristol Flyers 51 points to 56 in their European home debut. As for the Flyers, they've really created separation in this 3rd quarter. Very low scoring game at the moment, but Zach Anderson has been on fire. 5 for 9 from downtown, and a lot of that coming in the 3rd period, Garrett.
Yeah, really working the ball well. Bristol Flyers getting him those open looks, and Anderson able to make the most of those looks, knocking them down, shooting a high percentage. Instead of 18 points for him on the night. A couple of blocks as well. Anderson, some big stops on the defensive end as well. But you do feel, Joel, there's still anyone's game. Home court advantage there. It's only 5 points. Again, no team really able to put a prolonged spell of rhythm together. So, you know, you feel this game is a long way from being decided.
Well, the Flyers have a great record away from home on the European stage. They've won their last 4 European games away from home. Can they extend that run to 5 if they can hold on to the lead with under 10 minutes to go? Oh, nice pass inside, and Gordon gets Alkar Sinj's first 2 points of the 4th quarter.
Yeah, a really well run offense there from Sinj, moving the ball around the top. I think we saw that in the first half, and Gordon getting position underneath the basket. They do execute that play really well.
Oh, they've left Delpesh open inside, and Marcus Delpesh responds with a 2-handed flush. Five-point lead for the Flyers. Tomasovic. Screen comes. Tomasovic is open inside, looking for him inside, can't get it to go, and Flyers able to intercept the pass.
JB able to knock that one loose, and here he goes to the bucket.
JB throws it down with 2 hands, and that is textbook Jonathan Brown. Timeout called by Alkar Sinj. And JB says, thank you very much.
Well rewarded as well to get his hands in and able to finish the play with a jam. And that takes his personal tally to 13.
Been a fantastic game for him coming off the bench. He started off shooting from outside. Back to Croatia, where the home fans are aiming to will their team back into this one. Alkar Sinj trailing the Bristol Flyers 53 points to 60. A couple of minutes into this 4th quarter. Gorilla. Oh, nice spin. Off the glass, no good. McCormack with the rebound, ball out to Joachim. Well, Joachim slows it down. Count it, and the foul. Will Joachim will go to the line for a 3-point play and a chance to give Bristol Flyers their biggest lead of the game at 10.
Yeah, and offensively, it's been a fairly quiet game for Joachim, but he always does come big in the 4th quarter. We've seen it time and again, Joel. He really sort of tends to step up when defenders are tiring. He continues going, looking for those opportunities, looking to take advantage of defenders tiring. And that'll give the Flyers a double-digit lead.
A double-digit lead in a low-scoring game like this will be very valuable indeed for the Flyers. Jarella. Screen comes from Tomasovic. Lepo on the wing for 3 is no good. The rebound is chased down, but ends up in the hands of Joachim, who tips it to Brown. Screen from Delpesh. Brown weaves his way through traffic, is stripped away. Good hands by Alkar Sinj. Here they come in transition. 3-pointer is up, is short. Delpesh with the rebound.
You just feel Sinj opting for this 3-point play. I think that when they're most successful in the end of that 2nd quarter, where they're pumping the ball inside, putting Bristol Flyers under a lot of pressure defensively. They seem to have reverted back to this outside game, and ball's just not dropping for them.
JB, nice pass inside to Delpesh, who's able to draw the foul. Foul will be called on Marcinkovic. Just reaching through there, you see the slap on the right arm. And he'll take a seat on the bench. Well, Marcus Delpesh out the line. Of course, his first season of playing in Europe in the ENBL. His brother Malcolm made his European debut with the Newcastle Eagles. Now Marcus following in his brother's footsteps. Goes 2 for 2 from the line. Pushes the Bristol Flyers lead out to 12, which is their biggest lead of the game. Three-pointer is good by Jukic on the wing. And, that cuts it back down to a single-digit game. Big screen by McCormack. Here he is now at the three-point line. Brown, Douglitch, here's McCormack now. Ball out to McCormack, they've left him open for three. No good on the triple that time. Girella. Ball inside to Gordon from the short corner. Brown can't get hold of the rebound. Alkar Sinj with a new 14. Just lose control of it as Jukic ends up turning it over. That is not what Alkar Sinj need right now. With 6 minutes and 22 to go in the fourth quarter. His careless turnovers like this, Gareth.
Yeah, but full credit to JB there, putting the pressure on the offensive player, getting in front, just using his chest. Getting that turnover. JB does continue to impress in this game so far. 71% field goal percentage. 75% from the three-point line.
Holding inside, here's JB, open on the wing. Overcooked it that time. I think you heard you there, Gareth.
No, I just, as soon as I saw that, and then he cranked up the three. It was only going to end one way, wasn't it?
They almost come away with the steal, the Flyers, and the broken down play. Oh my goodness! Cisco went up for the dunk and he's met by Jokum, who commits the foul.
Jokum, I know he can fly. No easy baskets here.
Will send Cisco to the line. He's got 12 points and 5 rebounds to his name so far in this one. Timeout's called on the floor. Both teams looking to talk things through. It's a 9-point game in Sinj, Croatia. Timeout, Bristol. Well, Zach Anderson is the game's leading scorer here. 18 points, 6 rebounds to his name, 5 for 9 from behind the three-point line. And Jonathan Brown off the bench with 13 points and 5 assists. Cam Holden is just 3 rebounds shy of a double-double with 11 and 7. And despite it not being a particularly high offensive game in this one, three Flyers players are in double figures. They certainly like to share the load on this new look squad this season. Lots of different weapons that can get hot on any given night.
Yeah, absolutely, Joe. I was going to say the same thing. You've got different players for different situations, and if someone's not feeling it particularly, then you know there's 4 other guys on the court that can fill it up as well. And it's just that that flexibility that Coach Kapoulas has all these weapons to throw in, and you know he'll be very unlucky if none of them kind of feel it. And tonight, Anderson and JB really get things going. You know, Cam Holden, his Cam Holly does his, just gets in the mix, offensively, defensively. It's a nice situation to be in as a coach, to have different options coming into the game, give you different looks.
First free throw no good by Cisco. This game is far from over though. A low-scoring game. We've seen both of these teams go on runs throughout the night.
Yeah, both teams did a better job of looking after the ball as well. Not so many turnovers in this second half.
Cisco converts on the second. It's it down to an 8-point game. Marcus Delpesh. Off with Anderson. Ball inside to Delpesh. Backing down Gordon. Double team comes. Foul is called. Oh, comes to the foot even, I think. So it'll be a new 14. Yeah, it will be a new 14. As the ball comes off the foot of the defender. Anderson, top to Brown. Green from Delpesh. To Zach Anderson. 5 on the shot clock. Brown, extra pass. Yoakum, corner 3 ball. Yoakum strings it from downtown. A well-worked offense deep into the shot clock, and it results in a triple. Just like that, the Flyers are back out to a 10-point lead. Oh, nice pass to Gordon. Gets it to go, cutting back door. Finishes with the alley-oop off the glass.
And Gordon getting it done for the host, 16 points for him. He just kind of drifts in from that wing spot.
Here's Yoakum. Top to Brown. Brown with a step-back 3. Oh, my goodness, Jonathan Brown. A step-back triple. Puts Bristol on top by 11. Timeout called by Alkar Sinj. That is a filthy step-back 3 by JB.
What a key time as well, Joel. That's the sort of play, if you're defending, you don't like to see going in, because that really puts you under more pressure as well. And JB just been feeling it from outside, full of confidence. Again, another player really growing into his role here at the Bristol Flyers. 16 points for him, but super efficient as well.
Sinj find themselves in a bit of a hole here. 11-point game, 4.5 minutes to go. Got a big crowd in the house tonight in Croatia. The club's very first European home game. A big moment for all the fans in the building. Club with rich history, playing basketball in Croatia, but never made that jump into Europe. And now, a very special night indeed for a lot of those fans in the building. Well, both set of players back out on the court. Still plenty of time for Alkar Sinj to mount a comeback here. They're going to need to get up points. Need points in a hurry. Jarella. Gordon. Three-points are on the way. It is short. Long rebound. Comes back to Alkar Sinj. Lepo with the rebound. U14 for the hosts. Gordon drives middle. Foul is called on Anderson.
Anderson not happy with that call. Gordon coming in from that wing position again, attacking the paint.
You can see his reaction there, just laughing it off, but it will send Anthony Gordon to the line to shoot 2. He's had 16 points, made that 17 points in this game tonight. Of course, the big news coming into this one, Alkar Sinj without Jonathan Cisse, who leading scorer this season. A big game in their defeat to CSO Voluntari.
Averaging 21 points a game. So you can feel that Sinj had to make those adjustments, really difficult to make up those points.
Yoakum with a baseline drive, able to draw the foul. That was called on Kresic. Oh, Yoakum, how many times have we seen him attack the baseline like that since joining the Bristol Flyers? Gareth, we spoke about, you mentioned a few moments ago not the most offensive night for Will Jokum. He's on 7 points here, chance for it to make it 9. And he's one of those guys this season we found that you look at the stat sheet and you look back up at the game and all of a sudden he's got 10 points or so and he quietly goes about his business, really.
He does, and the biggest stat that sticks out for me, Joel, is his plus-minus 15. When he's on the court, good things happen. Flyers really extending that lead when he plays. So even if he's not scoring the points, just what he brings to the team really has an impact. And yeah, as I said, well, that's improved to 16, that plus-minus.
Pushes it back out to a 10-point game from the free throw line. Ball inside to Tomasevic, backing down on Delpesh. Double team comes by Jokum. Tomasevic with the hook, can't get the drop. Brown with the rebound. Jokum makes the three. Ball goes into Delpesh. Delpesh backing down, double team comes. Here's Brown on the wing. Brown puts it on the floor. Anderson, shot clock at 5. Anderson has to shoot and drains it. Zach Anderson, it is a Croatian sensation out there today. Incredible. 6 for 10 from downtown. 21 points to his name. He really is firing from all cylinders tonight.
Yeah, he's really got to go from behind the arc, picking up. Again, had a really good game at the weekend up in Scotland, making the SLB Team of the Week, carrying on his form for Bristol Flyers behind the arc. Just saw what a good fake, that little jab fake, creating that space, and able to finish the play off with a 3.
And it's almost a little set shot as well, isn't it? He doesn't really get any airtime on his jumper. It's all very, you know, I feel like his feet don't really leave the floor, and it's just no real movement, so efficient, and he's been so consistent with it in recent games.
Yeah, it's a really quick release. It's when he does get that separation. It's really hard for the defenders to come back. The ball's gone the time the defender recovers.
The Bristol Flyers have really created separation here in the fourth. They've outscored Alkar Sinj 18 points to 10 in these final 7 minutes so far. Still 3 minutes and change to go in this one. Bristol, they return home on Friday. They have Cheshire Phoenix in Super League basketball action. 3 minutes to go here for Alkar Sinj to mount a comeback. Jarella stops on a dime at the elbow, finds Gordon. It's stripped away by Jokum. Good hands. And Will Jokum with the lefty finish, can't get it to go. Here come Alkar at the other way. Just about save it from going out of play. Nice pass inside. Delpesh wraps it up. They end up turning it over.
They had numbers as well, Joel, on the fast break, 4-on-1. That skip pass across the top really sort of set them back. Good transition defense from the Flyers, making it difficult. And you feel Bristol Flyers well on top at the moment. And Sinj having to press up a little bit, try and get some turnovers, some quick baskets.
Ball goes into Cam Holden. Bristol Flyers will take every second they can here out of the game clock. They edge closer to their second European win of the season. Foul is called as Holden was driving to the basket. You can see it here on the replay. Just with the contact there was Kresic. Cam Holden, he's got 11 points, 7 rebounds so far in this one. It's down the first free throw, which is the Flyers lead out, the biggest of the game so far. I feel it's a long way for Alkar Sinj to come back into this one with just over 2 minutes to go. Oh, nice pass! And jammed in. Tomasevic with a two-handed finish. And he says this game's not done yet.
I've seen that a couple of times. Again, just drifting in from the wing. Flyers defense just falling asleep.
Anderson. Brown. Screen from Delpesh. Stolen away by Alkar Sinj. 2-on-1. Nice pass. Great finish.
And a late rally back from Sinj. This game is not done yet. And that's how to get back in the game. Quick baskets, turnover, defense to offense. That's a tidy finish around the basket.
Well, Cisco with the one-handed finish. It was sparked by an alley-oop play. And just when you felt like Bristol Flyers almost had this one all wrapped up, Alkar Sinj come out with a little run here just to put pressure on the visitors. And we saw it in the game on Friday against the Caledonia Gladiators. Flyers had that big double-digit lead in the fourth quarter. And you felt like the game was done on a Cam Holden 3. They almost did everything they possibly could to throw that one away, I felt, in that last couple of minutes of the fourth quarter. I'm sure Coach Kapoulas will be saying to the team, can't afford to let that happen again this time in the ENBL.
Yeah, I don't know if it's, you just think the game's done and you're just sort of thinking the opposition are finished, but, they're on their home court. They've got a loud fan base there. They're not just going to give up. They're going to keep going hard to the end, and they've given themselves a glimmer of hope. And Bristol Flyers timeout just to settle things down, just to regain control. Game's not done yet. It'll be a big win on the road, another big win on the road for the Flyers, but need to keep that concentration.
Well, both teams back out here on the court. Final minute and a half to go in this one. Flyers on top by 9. Holden. Out to McCormack. Here's Holden once again. Shot clock winding down. Cam Holden going to work, and it's stolen away by Alkar Sinj. Girella. Here he is again. Guarded by Zach Anderson. Nice pass inside. Count it, and the foul. And Mirko Djukic will go to the line for a 3-point play. And Alkar Sinj keep chipping away at this lead here.
They do give themselves opportunity. Despite the turnover from the Flyers, they did take a lot of time off the clock. And again, that offense from Sinj, that took a bit of time off the clock as well. Sinj really need to get kind of feel they need to press it and try and score quickly. They're still facing quite a number of points to get back into this game with less than a minute to go. They need to make things happen.
A bit of full court pressure now being shown by Alkar. Once again, the Flyers looking to eat up some valuable seconds of the clock. Joe Anderson gets it back from Holden. Anderson with the crossover. Nice pass inside to Owen McCormack. And a well-executed play with plenty of seconds shaved off the clock.
That's exactly what the Bristol Flyers needed there. Good, patient offense.
Oh, it's jammed in at the other end. And Alkar Sinj will not give up on this one.
And that's what Sinj needed as well. Quick bucket. 8 points the difference. 25 seconds to go.
Feel the foul's got to be coming any second here.
Doesn't look like they're just going to play it out.
There it is. There is the foul, but plenty of seconds again eaten up by the Flyers, and coach is not happy.
You do wonder why they didn't try and press and foul early. I mean, no, they are in the penalty, so that will send Flyers to the line. But as you rightly said, Joel, good sort of 4 seconds, 5 seconds taken away to get to the same result on the free throw line. Holden misses the first.
Bristol Flyers closing in on their second European win of the season as Holden knocks down the second, makes it a 9-point game. Baseline drive, kicked out for a corner 3 ball is good. And Alkar Sinj chipping away at that points difference. Foul is called once again on the entry pass.
Yeah, that's better. That's what you want if you're a Sinj fan. Don't let that clock tick away. Quick foul from McCormack. Puts the pressure on the Flyers player now. Still number of points to play with.
They'll make the long walk down to the other end of the court as Owen McCormack looks to wrap this one up from the free throw line. First one is good. McCormack goes 2 for 2 from the line. Final 5 seconds of this one then. Foul is called because Girella was going to the basket, so he will shoot a pair of free throws. And the points differential, of course, with the ENBL being one large league table this year, you imagine a lot of teams could end up on very similar records come playoff time, so the points differential is hugely important this season under the new format. As Girella able to knock down the first. Second one is no good. They've got the offensive rebound. They put it in on the buzzer. But Bristol Flyers will pick up their second European win of the season as they defeat Alkar Sinj on the road. An important win for them, Gareth. They had the lead. They took that lead all the way into the fourth quarter. 76-81 is the final score. What a game and what a win for Bristol, Gareth.
Yeah, getting away with 81 points in the end. Yeah, I'd say a bit more fluid in that in the second half there, but just grinding out that win. You felt that they were in control that second half of the game, and yeah, some great individual performances as well as good overall team play. You know, Jonathan Brown and Zach Anderson really catching my eye in this game.
Well, Bristol Flyers now 8-3 on the road in their time in the European North Basketball League. They've had a lot of success away from home. And of course, their next home game, they welcome NBC from Germany to the SGS College Arena in November. But it's been a fantastic road performance for the Flyers as they defeat Alkar Sinj 81 points to 76. As we look back at some of the key highlights from this one, Gareth, and Zach Anderson, I mean, has to be your MVP tonight, surely. 21 points, 6 rebounds on 6 for 10 shooting from downtown.
Yeah, certainly Anderson MVP, but again, I've got to give full credit to Jonathan Brown, though. 66% behind the arc, 4 of 6, 8 assists for him, and 3 rebounds. So 2 players really filling up the stat sheet for the Flyers, but good all-round team performance. And you just know next game will be someone else that'll be contributing numbers, scoring numbers. But yeah, good performance for the Bristol Flyers on the road. Difficult place to get to and to play. A fairly hostile crowd and a good professional performance.
And for Alkar Sinj, 4 players in double figures for them, led by DeAnthony Gordon, who had 18 points and 8 rebounds, and a valiant effort for them without their leading scorer, Jonathan Cisse.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to kind of find out why he wasn't playing tonight, whether it was injury or other reasons. But yeah, you can only play what's in front of you, and Flyers did a great job getting the W.
Well, that's going to do it for our coverage here this evening